Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to ANGE Talk, presented by Prepa Angelópolis. So glad that you're here today. I'll present myself. My name is Teacher Danielle, in case we haven't met before. Hello to everybody joining in. I can see a few people are joining in now on Facebook and also in YouTube. Hi, everybody. Hi to all the students. I can see some people from the Netherlands joining in, I think, to hear one of our special speakers for today. How exciting. How exciting. We'll just give a moment for everybody to join. How are we going, everybody? How are the classes online? I see a few of you every day for class and you're killing it in this online world. I hope you're keeping safe as well at home. We miss all of the students. Definitely, I miss seeing you every day. I was just saying that I miss decorating my classroom and I wish I could decorate it for Christmas right now. I'll just give a moment while everybody joins in, but we've got a really cool program for you today with some awesome ladies who have some great ideas to share. I know they're going to inspire us. We're going to learn some new things about them, about life, about, well, I don't want to give too much away, but about work as well. And I can't wait to introduce you to them in just a moment. We'll just wait in a second as a few people join in. I can see Miss Anita is here. Hi, Miss Anita. How are you? How's it going? Who else can I see there? I think a few people are joining in now. A few teachers I can see as well. Awesome. How's your afternoon, everybody? Has everyone had lunch? I haven't gotten you in the middle of lunch, or maybe you're watching it on the TV while you eat, but that's good too. All right. Who am I giving shout outs to today? Let's see. Who do we have here that we know? Oh, Teacher Edwin. Hi, Teacher Edwin, what's up? How's it going? There's a few people speaking, I think, in Dutch, which I do not know. I can see Carlos is there. Hello, Carlos. How's it going? Nice to see you there. Don't forget, guys, to share, start a watch party on Facebook if you're on Facebook, on YouTube as well. Share the link. Awesome. All right, is there any one of my students here that I can give a shout out to? Hello. Zuniga. Is that you, Hil? Maybe it's Hil. Maggie's there. Hi, Maggie. How's it going? Awesome. All right, make sure you like and share, guys, so more people can join in with the fun. Here's some awesome ideas. Awesome. Hey, Hugh. See, I told you I'd give you a shout out if you guys connected. Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to get started. Oh, before we do, oh, look, Emiliano's there as well. Hi, Emiliano. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Vale. Oh, awesome. All the students are connecting. That's brilliant. I'm glad you guys are here. All right, keep writing if you're watching, and we'll keep giving shout outs as we go along. Well, like I said, we have three awesome ladies who are going to be sharing their ideas with us today. We've got two of our students from fifth semester, and we also have a special guest teacher who's going to share her expertise with us today. So I want to give a warm welcome to Lupita Salazar, to Natalia Alcobas, and also to Miss Per Cepeda. Hi, ladies. How's it going? Good afternoon. We can't wait to hear your ideas today. It's like a ladies' afternoon. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I can see as well a person called. Oh wait, they're speaking in Dutch, but it's Juan Pablo. Hi, Juan Pablo. Hi, Miss Iris. Glad you're all here. Well, welcome, ladies. We can't wait to hear your ideas. First up today, we're going to be hearing from a girl who has traveled the world and learned lots along the way. So, when you're ready, I want to give a welcome to Lupita Salazar, who's here with us today. Welcome, Lupita, and we can't wait to hear your ideas with your ANGE talk. Go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for the introduction. I'm really happy and nervous, but that's okay. Well, as you hear from teacher Daniel, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my exchange to the Netherlands and yeah, how my comfort zone ended with an exchange. First of all, I would like to tell you that one day I was in Mexico at my home with my family and friends and my own dog. And the day after, I just woke up on the Netherlands uh, with a different family, with without friends yet, and also with other dogs. But yeah, I just, as I say, I went on an exchange, and I was really scared about it, but I could go through. And after arriving to the Netherlands, I felt really amazing. Was great. Was a great emotion. But my comfort zone didn't end there. So I'm going to tell you some stories um, through my exchange that I felt totally out of my comfort zone. Like just when I was already adapting to new things, new challenge were arriving there. So yeah, first I want to talk to you about my families because of some context. They were the people that that make an introduction to me to the Dutch culture. This is my first family, the family Kak. They were really nice people, and when I arrived, some of the natives there told me that they were rich, and I couldn't believe it because I mean they were like normal people. But when I arrived to their house, was really was a really big house, and then I realized that they had um, really big house, and they were owners of a company that was the CAC company, uh, doing baker stuff, and yeah, just that. And they introduced they make me feel like on a luxury life, and was really nice. But with them, I felt like more alone. So going out of my comfort zone there was to learn how to be alone, how to be independent, because my entire life in Mexico, I was feeling uh, all the time with my parents, with my family. But at that time, I just arrived to a new country, to a new life, and I didn't have like anyone with me. Uh, my next family was the family Kunen. uh, I had a really strong connection with them, and I really enjoyed my time with them. Mm. One of the things that got me totally out of my comfort zone was knowing that they are veterinarians. So my host parents are veterinarians, and once they took me to a farm to care about lambs, and I also helped there to a sheep to get birth, and of course to helping with the lambs and more stuff. But that time I was a little bit scared about the sheep, but I just knew that I had to do it because it was just a great experience. And now I think it's still being a great experience, and I think I could do it again. Well, now I want to talk about the other people that also had a really great impact on my life. That is my friends, and not just my Dutch friends. I'm talking also about the other exchange students, and I'm talking about new cultures because they were also around from around the world. Um, with these guys, I just learned um, so much things about how the thinking can change, and new traditions and new languages also. And I think that was really awesome because you learn how the people think, and it took me out of my comfort zone because I remember that some things for me are normal or funny or nice, normally for the rest of the population and the world are not. So that was also really amazing to know them, and I'm also still in contact with them. Then I want to talk about my friends, the Dutch ones, the ones that took me into the Dutch culture. They are also totally amazing. I learned with them how to speak Dutch a little bit, and how to go into the Dutch culture. Now, the food. This part was like really difficult for me because, well, I'm Mexican, but that doesn't mean that the spicy flavor is my favorite. But in my case, is my favorite. And the the Netherlands have the typical food that is not like really elaborated, and such as the dishes that we see here. The green thing that you can see there is stampot, that is just mashed potato with stuff. The most of the time is just could be lettuce, and also they like really sweet uh, things, and I don't really like them. So for me it was really difficult to eat some of the candies and stuff. But that doesn't mean that I didn't like, because I was, and I'm still being a fan of the cheese that is cast that you can see over there. And now I'm missing a little bit. Now, the trains. Why the crazy trains? Because it's for real, really crazy um, to transportate with them. Um, as you can see, that is my face after a long trip on the trains. And for me, that part was really difficult also because here in Mexico, my mom always take me to everywhere, and on the Netherlands, I had to travel by myself on the bike or on the trains, and yeah, that was the most of the times. I don't remember like a lot of time that my parents or my family took me on the car. So I had to learn how to go on the trains, and honestly, was always I was always really scared of it. And yeah, I just had to do it because, of course, I need to transportate myself. But now I'm missing a little bit of it because honestly, trains give you a little bit of freedom. That happened also with the bikes. And yeah, I'm going to talk about now about the bikes because this is the most important way to transport yourself. And as you can see on these pictures, like a lot of people use bikes. Well, I can say that all the people in the Netherlands know how to cycle. And I mean, there is this data that there is more bikes than people on the Netherlands. So yeah, this is really common. Here in Mexico, I think it's not that common, or at least for me, it's not that common. But I had to learn to travel long distances. Um, I had to learn how to go on the bike because the bikes over there are like really tall because the people is tall, and I'm Mexican. I mean, I'm not saying all Mexicans are small just like me, but I'm small and I had to use a kid's bike. So yeah, now I want to show you some of the challenges that I took. That is, my bike was a blue one, and as you can see on the picture, uh, I used to see the girls cycling on heels. So I wanted to try it. I was like, if they can do it, I think I can also do it. So I tried, and fortunately I didn't fall. And I think that was a great experience for me to go on the bike with the heels. And also, as I said before, I learned to travel long distances. I think the longest one that I traveled to was like 30 kilometers. Maybe it's not that much for people in the Netherlands, but for me, it was so much. But yeah, bikes are important. Now, the use of language um, is really important to communicate. Honestly, the Dutch people they can speak really good English, but my parents and well, my host parents and friends, um, the most of the time wanted for me to talk in Dutch, and I can say that Dutch is a difficult language. And I also want to share with you the book that I used during my exchange to learn a little bit of the language. And yeah, I can conclude that grammar is, yeah, it's important, but in this case, I think it was better for me to just try to talk with my friends and family, and they helped me more than this book to learn the language. And there are the presentation some words and phrases. For example, hello and doei, that means hello and bye. And in the middle, there is the word lekker, because this is a really common word on the Netherlands. And also between the exchange students, I mean, I still using it. I know some of the people that is still using that word with me. And also a really nice one that is ik hou van jou, that means I love you. And also I wanted to share with you some of the music and that is down there. This was for me really amazing, but it's still being really difficult. And finally, I just wanted to share with you some of the last pictures of my exchange that the The one in the middle is with my mom, and the other one is with my Dutch mom. And yeah, I'm still talking with her. But actually, it was really difficult for me to leave the Netherlands. That was also a part of going out of my comfort zone because I was already enjoying my freedom and my life in a year. But one day I'm going to return there. And yeah, that's all from me. I hope you enjoy my talk. And thank you.
I loved all the photos. I think that's my favorite part, and I loved especially the food. It looks so interesting. Like, did I see? Was there like bread with chocolate on it?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
delicious. They put
that sounds
some butter
delicious.
and then the chocolates.
Oh, I'd be totally in for that. And all the cheese looks delicious too. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. I think that really encourages us. I mean, obviously, right now we can't really go anywhere, but encourages us to take risks, and to, well, through Rotary, you were able to go on exchange, but to travel and have new experiences, I think it really opens our mind to the world and what we can, what it can be from getting to know other people. So I loved hearing about your experience, and I love the picture of you in the heels on the bike. That's
Thank
like
you.
skill. I mean, I'm a tall lady though, but I can hardly wear heels, and I can't even think about riding a bike in heels. That's awesome. Wow,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Lupita. We
thank
really
you.
enjoyed hearing your experience. Well, without further ado, we're going to continue. So thanks, Lupita. And next, we're going to hear about a really inspiring story from one of our awesome students, and her name is Natalia Alcovas. So welcome, Natalia. It's over to you. All yours.
Thanks, teacher. So I'm going to talk about how my life changed in seconds. When I was in 6th year of primary school, I had to dress as China Poblana for a school recital. When I put on my skirt, my mother noticed that on the left side it was rising. I remember that day I spent it trying to adjust my skirt, but I didn't achieve anything by doing it. Because of that, my parents decided to take me to an orthopedist who examined me and made me perform the Adams test. If you don't know what is the Adams test, here I have a picture of how it is performed and how your back looks when you have a problem regarding your spine. His final diagnosis was idiopathic scoliosis. But first, what is scoliosis? What is idiopathic scoliosis? Well, the definition given to scoliosis is lateral deviation of the spine, and people with scoliosis have a lateral curve in the shape of an S or a C. As you can see in the image, we have a person with a normal spine and a person with scoliosis, and it's a huge difference. Idiopathic scoliosis is not caused by things like carrying heavy backpacks, poor posture, playing sports, or anything else children can do. Actually, it is something of a medical mystery. The moment the doctor began to explain to us what idiopathic scoliosis was, I remember that in my mind I said, "Oh my God, it can be." I still have in my memory how my parents' faces began to change to a tone of concern. And that's how we began a long journey full of uncertainty. The doctor instructed us to consult a professional on the subject. We consulted around 5 specialists. At that time, my scoliosis was at 4 degrees, so I had a traditional treatment, which was spinal hygiene therapy to prevent my spine from continuing to deviate. There actually exist 4 types of scoliosis. It's the thoracic, thoracolumbar, lumbar, and combined scoliosis. In my case, I had lumbar scoliosis, which was the third spine over there. Before I continue, I want to tell that the spine is the recipient of all our emotions. And in 2017, I experienced one of the worst tragedies. One of the most important pillars in my life passed away, for which my curvature increased from 40 degrees to 73.1 degrees due to the great sadness I was going through. For the same, my defenses lowered, causing me to get sick with influenza. It was then, while I was in the hospital in the emergency room, a doctor treated me. She consulted me and performed all the necessary tests to determine which medications were appropriate. When she was writing the prescription, she told my mother that if I were her daughter, she would put me in the hands of Dr. José Luis García Navarro, a spine specialist with a specialty in scoliosis. So once recovered, we decided to consult Dr. José Luis, who, by performing MRIs, panoramic X-rays, and CT scans, confirmed the diagnosis, but now with a curvature of 74.1 degrees. At that time, I thought that I still had a very long way to go, since the doctor told us that the surgery was an emergency and not an option at that point. Due to the curvature that I presented, my heart, lungs, and my quality of life were at risk. When I left the consultation, my family and I were in shock because of all that this delicate surgery involved. I remember that at that moment I had mixed emotions. I was nervous since it was a high impact surgery, but at the same time, I knew that with the support of God, my family, and my friends, I could be strong enough and move forward. We went to the doctor again, and he explained each and every one of the doubts I had about the procedure. Also, the before and after of my surgery and what my recovery will be like. The connection that existed between doctor-patient gave me the confidence, security, tranquility, and acceptance to be able to take this great step without being afraid. A few months passed, and the day of my surgery arrived. I remember that when I arrived at the hospital, my family and friends were there to surprise me and to wish me my speedy recovery. I spent the night in the hospital, and the next day at 6 in the morning, they began to prepare me for going into the operating room. At that time, I put myself in God's hands by praying with my family in order for my surgery to be a success. The only thing that I remember about that day is that I went into the operating room at 9 in the morning, and my doctor and his entire team show up with me, and that human quality they had gave me the assurance that I need. My surgery lasted approximately 14 hours, which I obviously didn't feel, but my family did. Upon awakening, I was taken to intermediate therapy as a precaution. I spent the whole night there, and the next day they took me back to my normal room. When I saw my family again, we cried together. We thanked God for being united again. The next day, the doctor helped me to stand up, and I literally started walking again, which was something impressive for me. After walking a few steps, I realized that everything had gone well and that the surgery had been a success. 2 weeks passed and we returned home. We managed to get out of the hospital 2 weeks before the COVID-19 pandemic actually began in Mexico. My recovery was at home due to the pandemic. My surgery was very successful, but my left arm fell completely asleep due to the posture and the time I was in surgery. It took my life away because I couldn't move it and it hurt a lot. But little by little, and with the help of my mother and my aunt, I started to move it again. It was a long process since it took me more work to recover from my arm than from my spine surgery. How ironic. Nowadays, 8 months have passed and my arm and posture have improved a lot, and my spinal problems have disappeared. Here I have two images of me before and after the surgery. As you can see in the first image, the problem is not that visible. And right now, the problem is even no more visible, so I'm really thankful for that. Today, I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be healthy. Thank you, God, for never letting me down. I thank Dr. Jose Luis Garcia for his professionalism and dedication to his career. My admiration and respect forever. I thank my family for all their support. We lived through difficult times, but we managed to move forward together. I thank my friends for their good wishes, support, and friendship. They really helped me to move forward and not give up. I am grateful to be a blessed teenager whose life changed in seconds for the better. I want to finish with the following quote. When life gives you 100 reasons to break down and cry, show life that you have 1,000,000 reasons to smile and laugh. Stay strong. Thanks.
Wow, Natalia, thank you so much. It's amazing to hear your story. I think you're so brave. Like a 14-hour surgery, that is hardcore kind of stuff. And I know that some of your friends and family are watching at the moment, and I can see them commenting and saying how much they love you and how proud they are of you. And I think, what you're saying is right. We can't do life alone. We're made for each other, to take care of each other, to be there for each other through the good and the bad times. And I love seeing how your family supported you, and your friends supported you, and how you felt the presence of God during all of that situation as well. So thank you so much, Natalia, for sharing and opening up your heart and sharing your story with us. It's really, really inspiring, and I think it inspires us to persevere no matter what the situation. Thank you.
Yes, teacher, it was a pleasure for me.
Oh, I'm so glad. Awesome. Well, you can check out all the comments now of everybody saying how much they adore you. All right. Thank you, Natalia. Well, we're going to go on to our final talk for today. And we have a special guest with us this afternoon. She is one of our science teachers at the Prepa. She is an absolute science whiz. So I want to give a big warm welcome to teacher Fer Cepeda. Welcome, Fer. How's it going? And when you're ready, over to you. We can't wait to hear what you have to say. And I think it's really important, especially for the ladies in the audience, to hear what you have to say today. So welcome, and the stage is yours.
Thank you, Danny. Hello, everyone. My name is Fernanda Cepeda. I'm a teacher in Prepa UPAEP Angelópolis. I teach some of the engineering subjects, and I'm also teaching 5th semester statistics and 1st semester inorganic chemistry. So my topic to talk with you is to encourage each woman to go to STEAM careers. What does STEAM is? It means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? So I want to give you my experience and how I've been developing in this part of things, right? So the first thing I want everyone on the audience to think is, I want to invite everyone to start thinking about a famous scientific or maybe a recognized engineer that you may know, right? So I bet that the first person that comes to most of us on our minds is going to be a famous man, right? In one of those fields. So for example, I put here 2 images about 2 famous scientists or 2 famous engineers that we know, that it's Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking. We all know, recognize them, right? However, nonetheless, we should not think or relate men only to these fields, right? Since there's a lot of women that develop themselves in these fields as well. So I will pick some of the pictures of famous women who have been developing. For example, we have Wynne Shotwell, who's the SpaceX Director and Chief Operation Officer. We have Rosalind Franklin, who studied the molecular structures of DNA and RNA. And she wasn't awarded for the Nobel Prize, as well as some men that were Watson and Crick. We all know them, but we didn't hear about Rosalind Franklin, right? And the both girls that are on the bottom are Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Carpentier, who won the Nobel Prize this year for chemistry. We also have another important women that have been developing, like Grace Hopper, who was the compiler inventor, Margaret Hamilton, who wrote the code for the Apollo missions, or Katie Bowman, right? I bet none of you have ever recognized them, or if you do, that's pretty good, but they are not as well as known as the other two scientifics, right? So the thing here is that when I was about to choose my career path to start college, I was advised by one of my teachers to pursue a scientific career, right? She saw in me some skills and aptitudes to develop myself in that path. So during my last year of high school, I decided to enter in the engineering group, right? What we usually call the area, and look further how does my near future will look like, right? So honestly speaking, I was terrified about what it was about to happen. So I started fifth semester, and in my group of 30 students, there were only 7 women. So at the beginning, I was feeling very overwhelmed. And on the top of that, most of my teachers weren't used to have women in the group. And actually, they told us that we were one of the largest groups ever that they have during their time teaching in the school. So during the semester, I started learning and doing many things. I actually started enjoying my subjects, and my favorite ones were applied chemistry, programming, and I started discovering such new worlds, right? And realizing that we can combine these two sciences was very, very interesting. It blew my mind completely. It's very amazing how the world can develop from this, and it was pretty cool. So after I graduated from high school, I chose to study engineering. I started studying biotechnology engineering, and the same thing happened that when I entered to high school, right? When I passed to fifth semester. So my first day in class at 7 a.m. in the morning, I was just jumping around all the campus, and I had physics 101, right? The first engineering subject that I got, and I was the only girl in the class. So I was the only girl. Everyone else there were men, even the teacher. So I researched a little bit, and accordingly to that research performed by Dr. Norma Blasquez-Graf from UNAM, only 19% of the total students matriculated in engineering are women. So that's pretty sad. And the pictures I put in here are the team that I developed myself with during college, which is the doctor and 2 students that were with me, but I was the only girl during that research time, right? So I remember myself about quitting during that time. I remember I feeling very sad because I was the only girl in the class, and I wasn't very used to be the only woman, and also 99% of that men in the group. It wasn't making the things easier either. So it was like I was like someone with known creature, during the all the time that I was on the class. But after some time went by, my classmates began to get used to me, to see me there, starting to treat me and challenge me as an equal. So they weren't making me less, they were challenging me to become more and more important, and also to start making them challenge themselves as well. So they take in my consideration the point of view of me as a woman. College passed. I had a lot of ups and downs during that time. I didn't fail any subject, thank God. But once the school was getting over, the professional work started welcoming me with a bucket of ice water. So it took me a year to complete my thesis, and I remember that I was very passionate about research. I put a picture of me with my teammates, and I remember that in the process to get my degree, I started to getting a job. And one day, one of the times that I was applying to many jobs, I remember seeing multiple applications where they were only hiring men and no women, right? Even though my skills were the same as men in the field, they weren't hiring any woman. And that was very sad, right? Because they were doing some kind of bias in that part. And one day, when I was doing all the formalities to present my degree exam, I met with an old thermodynamics classmate. And I remember he told me that he already, he hadn't finished all his subjects and neither started his process to get his degree, but he already had a job. And I thought, wow, better not to be some important stuff there, right? Because he hasn't finished all of his subjects. But do not get me wrong. I mean, they were hiring someone with less experience than I was, and most likely he was hired because of his gender and the preconception that existed. So I was very sad. Years passed. I applied for many jobs. I get more than 20 applications. And one day, a friend of my brother recommended me for a position in a company called Syntax. So this company is here in Puebla. I remember he told me that I have the perfect first position from you here. He was the first one to give me the chance to show how much I can do. So in 2019, I started working as a first level support on an IT company. And some of the facts that I can retrieve from them is that only 10% of the total Puebla company are women, and 6 out of 10 women working in their works and human resources department. So this means that less than the 5% of the total workforce are women working in the engineering department. So after some months working on the service desk, which is the first level of technical support, I received a notification to pass to human resources. So at the beginning, I was a little bit afraid, but at the end, my voice, my work, and all of my contributions have been working and started. So all my experience when listened and recognized it. So less than a year, around 10, 11 months, I was promoted to become the second project manager for the company in Puebla. And until now, I've been able to coordinate at least 10 projects between people in the United States, Mexico, India, and Canada. It's been a ride. It's been a ride that it has been very long. It continues to be a challenge. I'm still confident that I can achieve more and that women can achieve more, right? So my goal with sharing my experience is to encourage you, to tell you that if you want to study a science or engineering career, that you go ahead and do it. If you are doing it, but you have questions, hang in there, you can do it. We as a women have a lot of opportunities right now. Ignore what your family or friends can tell you or think. I remember my mom used to tell me to study something easier, to study something more feminine. And my grandmother was still waiting for me to change my career, even though I told her I was about to present my degree exam, right? That's pretty sad. But the thing here is that, however, there are people out there who will still trust you, who will believe in your capabilities to develop yourself and to become a true rock star, right? In the field that you want to develop. We all are, and multinational companies, laboratories, schools need female perspectives in their fields, not only to have successful women, but also to improve and grow shoulder by shoulder around women in all the world. So the thing that I want to share with this experience is not only my perspective, but it's only the experience that I have, and that is there's still many positions that need to be filled, and for women, not only for men. Thank you very much.
Wow, Miss Fair, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. You know what? I think it's so important. For all the ladies who are watching right now, I know that there are some girls in engineering right now in 5th semester and who are in prototypes and are going for STEM careers. There it is. There is your example, Miss Fair, of going for it in an industry that's often quite difficult to break into. So thank you, Miss Fair, for breaking the stereotypes for us, for encouraging, I think, both the guys and the girls today, that they can study what they put their heart to, what they're passionate about, and not just, what typically women study or typically men study, I think that can go to the opposite even as well. When you start talking about careers that, that women do or that men do. So I think your message is super important, and you can see all your students are like, your number one fans right now, sending you all the comments. Hello, I can see Romina's here. I can see Ian is here. Emiliano as well.
Yes, I see them here. Hi guys.
Everyone's really proud of you.
Thank you, guys.
We loved hearing from you. So thank you for your ideas. I think it's really important to hear. I feel encouraged, and I hope all the ladies out there feel encouraged as well in their careers, and especially the fifth semesters who are going into that next stage of life and are going to start university soon. So, awesome. We need to get you back for another talk.
That's good.
Super cool.
I'm pretty confident that I can inspire some of you. I mean, there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of things, even though we are in the 20th century, right? Doesn't seem like, but if we take a look to behind and what we were achieving before and what we are achieving now, we still need women who can perform and do all of this stuff.
Exactly.
Thank you, Dani.
No, thank you. It's great. I think we need perspectives from everybody. I think that's what makes the world better. Really, I really do. Awesome. Well, I'm going to invite all the ladies to come back on the screen. It's been a ladies' afternoon, but I've loved it. Thank you so much, Lupita. Thank you, Natalia, for sharing your ideas, sharing your heart, and sharing your story with us. I think that I've been inspired from all of you, inspired to take a risk, inspired to persevere, inspired to do what I'm passionate about. And I hope that all of the students who are watching, the family members, whoever it is, the friends, that you're also inspired by these thoughts from these awesome students and awesome teachers as well. Thanks, guys, for watching. We will be back probably early next year for some more ANGE talks. We'll let you know if it's online or in person. We'll find out as time goes by. But before we do, keep safe, everybody. Stay at home. Always, wash your hands, wear a face mask. To all the students, we miss you so much, and we can't wait to see you in person and meet you all as well. And keep connected to the Prepa UPAEP ANGE page to see what's going on. We have so many cool events going on online at the moment. Check our Instagram page as well, and we will see you all as soon as possible. Thanks, everybody, and have an excellent afternoon. Bye. See you later.